Hello, dear women. This is Rebecca, and I'm back with our weekly reading for the 8th of May, the 9th of May, 2016. And I have posted up the picture on the group. This week we are working with the woman runes, and card number 1, card number 2, card number 3. And then we have a 4th card, which is for us all, and I won't hold that one up. So just remembering you can take your pick of any one card, or if you feel drawn to more than one, that is okay too. And just take them in the order that you feel drawn to. Just let yourself be guided to what's right for you. So for those of you who picked card number 1, you have number 27, the Crowned Heart. The rune of unconditional love, faith in love, and then unconditional love repeated once more on that card. And what I'm getting from this is that in this week, this is a time when your love will be tested and your capacity for love be given the opportunity to grow in response to this test. Now on the card, we have a heart within a heart. We have the moon and the star above. And I'm feeling from this very much that you are being invited in these places of testing and trial to connect in both with the cycles of life, the cycles of dying away and of new starts, and knowing sometimes that the expression of unconditional love is also in that expression of self-respect and of allowing freedom both to ourselves and to others, as well as it may come in that form of protection, of protecting those who are more vulnerable than we, but that there are many, many, many layers to uncover in this exploration of what love is and what love brings. And a piece of this too is in the receiving and the being open to receiving and the knowing what it is to receive love in the small ways as well as in the big ones. And if you are being challenged in this, if you are not receiving the love that you wish to be receiving, to ask yourself, what are the barriers to love that I'm holding within myself? Why am I holding these, and how can I be free? And then allowing that freedom within yourself once more. And to me, the star here also connecting with the energy of the divine, with the spirit, and knowing that in all circumstances, you and we are all so, so loved and so, so held. And remembering that, and remembering to feel that, and to allow that, allowing that energy and that spark of the divine to reside within us, just letting it in. So if you've picked card number 1, that is yours for this week. Card number 2. we have the pendulum, the rune of karma, justice, ethics, trust, conscience, and old patterns. How are these revealing themselves to you now? Look out for them. This is an invitation to look out for the patterns, especially ones that you are very familiar with, that are raising their heads once more, perhaps in new forms, in new ways. And knowing that when they do, they're calling out for healing. They're not coming just to be awkward or to make things more difficult for us, but because they're coming as an opportunity to trust that which is within ourselves and that which is greater than ourselves, an opportunity to trust the strength that we have brought into ourselves and called into ourselves through long years of endurance, and to know that within this there is opportunity for change. And so when the pendulum swings, and it swings, it goes back and forth, crossing again and again and again the same point. Why? So that this time you can reach in and find that one specific thread, that one point, that one place where a simple breath, a simple look, a simple word can bring change. And that change that can then echo back through all of the pattern and change it all going right back to the beginning. So that's your invitation this week if you've picked card number 2. And for those who have picked card number 3, we have the Great Wheel, the Rune of Infinity, completion, wholeness, universality. The first thing to be said here is that it's not a line. When we come to that place of understanding of wholeness, then we come to understand that process of becoming whole, that process of becoming, more truly what we are, greater than what we have been, and more truly in alignment with ourselves and with our purpose. It's not a line. It's a movement that takes us around and around and around again in circles, small and large. And there are gaps and hidden places as well. And to trust those points of pause as much as we trust the points of swift movement and change. Because once more, it's sometimes in those pauses when we turn that the biggest change can happen in an instant. And knowing too that change and that peace and holding that peace within that greater whole, we experience different pieces of this at different times. And it doesn't make the experience of any given moment any more real or any less real than what came before. But the important thing is to stay in that flow and that movement of change and not get hooked on something from the past. Not to be held back when it's time to shift into the new place, into the new space. but just to dance freely between them, from one to the next, to the next, to the next. And knowing that, there is always that opportunity to return as well. But that also, for those of us who have picked card number 3, that we are coming to the end of a cycle, that there has been a lot of movement and a lot of change. But this is a time of real ending and a beginning, and an invitation to take up, a fresh start, a new start here with all it is that we have learned and brought forward with us. So the final card, the 4th card, which is for us all. It's funny, we've got another wheel, and this wheel, the wheel, rune of fate, change of fortune. This is almost like an invitation. It feels very, what are you going to do? Okay, so this is the invitation to drop down. I feel it, drop right down into that womb space, and make your choice for change. Make your choice for truth. Make your choice for love. This week, there's a real opportunity to harness those forces into something very specific and very concrete, very grounded, in this physical realm. So that's the invitation to us all this week, is to work with that. To work with that wheel and that spinning of the wheel. And remember that movement, and to be in that movement and change. So that is once more the reading for the week of the 9th of May, 2016 for the Deep Earth Singing Moon community.